Hi dear student, how are you all of you? Dear student, here we are starting with the new lesson. The name of the lesson is, here you can see it on the screen. Yes, the name of the lesson is Maharashtra before the times of Shivaji Maharaj. What are we going to learn dear student? Maharashtra before the times of Shivaji Maharaj. Yes, see, here in this lesson we are going to understand what was the situation was there before the Shivaji Maharaj of the Maharashtra. Now, at the beginning of the 17th century CE, most of the territory in Maharashtra was under the control of Nizam Shah of Ahmednagar and Adil Shah of Bijapur. Now see, at the beginning what had happened in the 17th century CE, the most territory in Maharashtra, the most part of the Maharashtra, it was under whose control? Nizam Shah of Ahmednagar and Adil Shah of Bijapur. Means our Maharashtra, these two, these two emperor they were having right on the Maharashtra. Means most of the part was under their control. The Mughals had entered Khandesh, and the Mughals they have entered where at the Khandesh. Their objective was to expand their power in the south. And what was their objective? What these Mughals they wanted to do? They wanted to expand their power in the south. There were settlements of Siddhi people who had came from Africa along the coastline of Konkan. And at the Konkan coastline, the Siddhis they have came from Africa. They also wanted to have their ride on the Maharashtra. Yes, the competitions and conflict among the Portuguese, the British, the French, and the Dutch who had come from Europe was getting intense during this period. And during this period, what had happened? This all means the British, French, Portuguese, Siddhi, Dutch, they had fighting between them, and they all wanted to have the right, no, their place at Maharashtra. Yes. Now there was stiff competition amongst them to capture the market for trade, and these all they were having competitions among themselves. Why? Because they wanted to capture the markets for trade. Yes, the Portuguese had already established their rule in Goa, and what Portuguese did? They had already established their rule in Goa and Vasi of the western coastline. Yes. The British, the Dutch, and the French had found an entry through the medium of trading companies by setting up factories. And what Dutch and French they have done? They have found the entry through the medium trading companies. And how they have entered to the Maharashtra? They found the medium of companies, by the companies setting up their factories. Means the companies they have set up their factories at the coastline, and by the help of them they have entered to the Maharashtra. All this power asset the strength of other powers, kept themselves safe and tried to dominate as much as possible. And what this power they have done? They were dominating each other. They were keeping themselves safe. Yes, they were keeping themselves safe that no one could touch them, no one could hurt them. The conflict had created instability and insecurity in Maharashtra, and the conflict it was raised in Maharashtra, it created instability and insecurity. Yes, these different people from Europe were called Topkar on the basis of their customary headgear. And the different people, Topkar were there. Yes, they were from the Europe. And see, now it is necessary to get acquainted with the village Mauja, Kasba and Pargana to understand the nature of settlement in that period, as also of the officers that formed a link between the rulers and their subject, and also the markets and the craftsman. Yes. Now what had happened? What was the necessary? It was necessary to get acquainted with the village. Yes, Mauja, Kasba, Pargana, and to understand the nature of settlement in that period. And it was necessary to understand the settlement of the villages in that period, and also officers that form a link. And which were the officers? They were having link between their subjects and also market and craftsmen. Means they were getting knowledge of the villages, their settlements, and the officers, how they are connected with each other, with the marketplaces and the craftsmen. So why it was necessary? Because if they understand these things, so directly they were enter related with the trade. Pargana was made up of many villages. How this Pargana was made? In Pargana, there were so many villages together. Generally, the headquarters of Pargana was called Kasbah, and headquarters of Pargana was what was called? It calls the Kasbah. A village smaller than Kasbah was called Mauja, and the villages which were smaller than Kasbah, it's called the Mauja. Yes. Let us get acquainted in a brief with village, Kasbah and Pargana respectively. Now here we are going to understand the information about the Kasbah and Pargana respectively. In deep we will understand it. Yes. Now here we will understand Mauja village. Here you can see it on the screen. Most of the people lived in villages. That people means most of the people, they used to live in the villages. A village was also called Mauja, and to village the people used to call Mauja. The chief of the village was and who was the chief of the village? That we'll see it here. Patil. Patil was the chief of the village. What he used to do? He used to try to bring maximum land under cultivation. And what was his work? The maximum land he used to bring under cultivation. When there was any dispute in the village, the Patil resolved it and made peace. And if in the village, if there is any dispute, any problem, what Patil used to do? Patil used to resolve this and may try to make peace in the village. Kulkarni helped the Patil in his work, and who was helping to the Patil in this work, making peace in the village? The Kulkarnis. Yes. The Kulkarni kept the record of revenue that was collected, and the Kulkarni's work was that which was revenue is collected, they used to keep the record of it. There were various artisans in the villages, and the villages in that time there were so many artisans, art people were there. They had hereditary rights regarding their occupations, and they were having rights regarding their occupations. The peasants gave a share of their agriculture product to the artisans for the services they rendered to the village community. And the peasants means the farmers, what they used to give? They used to give the share. Okay, share of their agriculture means the grain crops which they have got in their field. So they used to give to the artisans, and instead of that they used to take the service from them. Yes. Now see, here we will understand Kasbah. What is Kasbah? A Kasbah was like a big village. What was Kasbah? Kasbah, it was like a big village. It was usually the headquarters of Pargana, and this Kasbah, it was the headquarter of Pargana. Example, Indapur Kasbah of Indapur Pargana. See, example they have given Indapur Kasbah of Indapur Pargana, Vai Kasbah of Vai Pargana, Vai Kasbah of Vai Pargana, were the headquarters of those Parganas. And see, the Vai Kasbah, it was the headquarter of Vai Pargana. Indapur Kasbah, it was the headquarter of Indapur Pargana. These were the headquarters of this. Yes. Agriculture was the main occupations, and see, there were the agriculture, it was the main occupation in that period. There were skilled artisans like carpenters, blacksmiths, smith, etc. in Kasbah, and in the Kasbah there were skilled artisans. Okay, yes, like carpenter and blacksmiths. There was usually a market paid adjacent to the Kasbah, and at the Kasbah there was a marketplace. Yes, people used to come there for the market. See, the Shete and Mahajan were the Watandars of the Pet. And see, now we have the Pet. In that period, the Watandars of the Pet were the Shete and the Mahajan. Every village did not necessarily have a pet. Means all the Kasbah, all the villages, they were not having necessary pet, but some of the Kasbahs they were having. The setting of a pet was the job of the Shetes and Mahajans. And see, this Shete and the Mahajan, it was their jobs to set the pet, yes, in the particular Kasbah. For that, they received some land from the government and some rights from the villagers. And to set up the pet, these Shetes and Mahajan, they used to take some land from the government and some rights from the villagers. The Mahajan maintained the account of the pet, and those the Mahajans were there. What they used to do? They used to maintain, yes, the accounts of the pet. Now here we'll understand. Do you know? As per the order of Veermata Jizabai, a pet was established in Pashan near Pune. One pet, it was established in the Pashan near Pune. Okay, it was of as per the order of Veermata Jizabai. Yes, and it was called Jizapur. And because of it was order of Jizabai, the name of pet given of her Jizapur. Yes, Malpura, Khelpura, Paraspura, Vithapura in Aurangabad are also new pets established in the name of Maloji, Kheloji, Parsoji and Vithoji respectively. See, one pet is established in the Pune. The name was given of Jizabai, Jizapur, yes. But one pet is there at Malapura, Khelapura, Parsapura, Vithapura. These are in Aurangabad. Whose names are given there? This Malapura is there. For the Malapur, the name of Maloji is given. Khelapur, the Kheloji's name is given. Parsapur, the Parsoji's name is given, and Vithapur, the Vithoji's name is given. Shivapur adjacent to Khed was a pet established of the name of Shivaji Maharaj, and Shivapur it is there, yes, and to this Shivapur the Shivaji Maharaj name is given. Understood, dear student? It's very easy. Here we have finished page number 14. Now let's go on page number 15. Yes, now here one question is that let's learn the word Budruk and Khurda. Dear student, do you know this word Budruk and Khurda? See, in the Budruk means what? Are used to show that two villages are different. This means the Budruk and Khurda they used to use to show the two different villages. Yes, the original town is Budruk, which is the original town. It is called the Budruk, and the new is the Khurda. Yes. For example, Vadgaon Budruk and Vadgaon Khurda. So original town is what, dear student? Vadgaon Budruk. It is the original town, and the new one is Vadgaon Khurda. Understood? Now here we'll understand the Pargana. Let's start with the Pargana. What is Pargana? Many villages together made a Pargana. See, in a Pargana there were many villages, and these were made the Pargana. But the number of villages was not the same in all Pargana. But in all the Parganas, the numbers of the villages were not same. For example, the Pune Pargana was a big Pargana. See, an example they have given the Pune Pargana. It was a big Pargana. It consisted of 290 villages, and in the Pune Pargana there were 290 villages. There were 64 villages in Chakan Pargana. In Pune Pargana there were 290 villages, and in Chakan Pargana there were 64 villages. The Shirwal Pargana was small, it had only 40 villages. And if we see the Shirwal Pargana, it is near Khandala Sea, and it had only 40 villages. The Deshmukh and the Deshpande were the Watandar officers of the Pargana. And who were the officer of this Pargana, dear student? The Deshmukh and the Deshpande, they were the Watandar of this Pargana. The Deshmukh was the chief of the Patil in a Pargana, and this Deshmukh, they were the chief of the Patils in Pargana. The Deshmukh did at the Pargana level what the Patil did at the village level, and the Patil, what was he was doing for the villages, the same work Deshmukh was doing for the Parganas. The Deshpande was the chief of all Kulkarnis in the Pargana. See, and this Deshpande, they was the chief of all Kulkarnis in the Pargana. The Deshpande did at the Pargana level the work that Kulkarnis did at the village level. See, what the Kulkarnis used to do at the village level, they used to collect the revenue. Yes or no? Like this Deshpande, they were also doing the same for the Pargana. Yes or no? These Watandar officers were the link between the people and the government, and these Watandars were there, they were the link between government and the people for the Pargana, for the villages, we can say it. Yes. In case of enemy inventions or drought, the Watandars represented the grievances of the people to the government. If any, in case of any enemy inventions or drought, if any enemy will come, any drought will come there, then these Watandars, they used to represent the grievances of the people to whom? To the government. Yes. Sometimes these officers misuse their powers, and sometimes what was happening, these officers, they used to misuse their powers. They collected more money from the people than was due or did not remit the money so collected to the government. Sometimes they used to collect more money from the people and they were not giving to the government. On such occasions the people suffered harassments, and because of that the people, they used to suffer harassment. Yes or no? Yes, of course. If the people, they are giving their money to the Watandars and they are not paying to the government, of course government will be trouble to the people. Cause of that, some common people, they were having harassment. Now here, do you know, Watan is an Arabic word. What is Watan, dear student? It is an Arabic word. In Maharashtra, it is used to refer to hereditary land or for which the holder does not have to pay revenue. Watan means who is the holder of that land, he does not have to pay the revenue for the land. Yes? Up to here, dear student, we have understood. Then the remaining part we will see in the part 2. Thank you.